What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel Perez Silva if you're new here, and I'm a fashion and celebrity photographer based out of New York City. Now, I'm coming today with a super sick episode. In Tokyo, I was there not even 24 hours ago, and I was lucky enough to have my pal who's from the area take me and you guys around through Shibuya and through up to Shinjuku and into like the red light district area. And we shot this on film using a few different variety of rolls. We used the Fujifilm Color Superior Premium. It was an ISO 400. We used the Portra 400, and we used the Ultramax 400 ISO. I would have ideally wanted an 800 to go a little bit farther for the night vibe on film, but with what we were working with, you know, the first spot I found, Portra 800, it was pricey, and I was like, yo, I'm not about to drop, you know, $30+ for a roll of a film. And on top of that, then when I thought about it and I did want to get it, I couldn't find it elsewhere. I spent some time watching some videos about how people push film a few stops. And you know, I'm not, like I've said in the past, I'm not the most technical photographer. I kind of see what works and what doesn't. And I kind of took what I found out in these videos and a little bit of my own knowledge and took it out into the field and tried to eyeball it as well as mix in with this app that I'll show you here that I have, that I use occasionally. I used it more when I was shooting with the Mamiya RB67 to light meter. Sometimes with 35mm cameras, I can more or less eyeball it, but I was using this because I haven't shot too much night stuff on film especially, so I thought it'd be a good idea. But once I kind of got an idea of what was going on with that, I mixed it up with some eyeballing. It's called LightMate, and it's very simple. I found it on the App Store a while ago. Look, if you can see here, all you do is you put it towards where you want to light meter. You click on the area you want to meter, and then you input the ISO and, you know, all this other stuff, and it'll help you figure it out. Very simple. Look, if you hold it, it will change. Honestly, I wasn't too pleased with the quality of some of these film scans. I think it might have been the place I went to, but I was just in such a rush. I literally went straight from the airport, from JFK, to the spot to drop them off before I went home. I was excited to see them. Nonetheless, in saying that, I think there are some great images that came out of this. I really love this composition, the subway station, and also the one through the window where you see the girls. You can see kind of like the contrast of that kind of emerald green on the upper left, kind of blurred out a little bit. And then the red, you know, dramatic of the signage outside with the two girls on each side. I think this shot of Rio in the elevator could possibly be one of my favorite shots out of this set. I said the tones like are working nicely. These portraits of him are kind of, I feel like his expressions are very candid. Like the lights and all that in the bouquet in the background, like this really gives me, you know, old school Tokyo, you know, Tokyo drift type of vibes. I like how these came out. If you haven't already done so, please leave a subscribe, a like, a comment. I do check and try my best to integrate into any future episodes, whatever topics you guys want me to cover. Love Hotel. And I'm like, what does that even mean? So I did some more looking, and then I found out what it means. On to the second set of images, I tried to set up my camera, kind of doing a little bit of a human tripod, monopod type of setting where I put it on top of like a pole or something and really tried to hold it sturdy to get him sharp in the center and some movement around him. Also, we were in the middle of Kabukicho, which is like the red light district. So I found this really well lit area with a lot of like pink and red, like neon coloring. And I think it gave like a nice pinkish haze to these shots. And this last photo, I think the play of shadows here and like the slight highlights of like the tip of the cigarette on fire and like the bouquet and the colorful in the corner. I think this is a real, like, you know, more gritty, like, nightlife Tokyo shot. Like this, I think this is pretty cool, and it's like fisheye vibe. Moving into this set, you know, we start getting to some of the digital shots that I may have mentioned. Whenever I shoot film, I like to shoot some digital as well, just in case, just have backups for whatever can happen. Like look, like for example, like these, both shots are lovely. The left one, the digital one, you know, I can work with it a bit more. You know, there's other components that I do love better about the right one. Like for example, I think the composition of it's better. You know, I got more of the surrounding of the little rear view mirror, like it's more centered. I think these shots of him kind of smoking and like leaning against the wall, it kind of makes me feel like, you know, somebody coming off their daily shift after a long day having a cigarette to themselves. I know there's a bit of a few smoking shots around here, but it was kind of a coincidence. I think these yellow background ones are lovely as well. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you guys. But don't give up yet. Don't hang up the phone right now because there are gonna be a lot more photos at the end of this that I did not put in these little 3 segments, and some that are, you know, an extra bonus of my day trip to Kyoto on the day before coming back. But anyways, y'all, I hope you enjoyed. This was a really exciting episode to make. Again, follow, like, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye, you guys. So I know I just said bye, but I thought it'd be a good idea to add in, you know, if you are in Tokyo or gonna be there, you can screenshot this. It might be difficult if you don't have an idea once you get there. But, you know, I personally went to Yodobashi, which is like a really big, all electronic store, but they have a huge camera section as well, like a whole separate store for camera stuff and a separate side for film stuff. The only thing with Yodobashi is that you don't bring a passport because it gives you a tax-free, and also like the guy made it seem like he couldn't sell me anything if I didn't have a passport. I also went to Kitamura once I wasn't able to get the film at Yodobashi, and they were cool. I mean, the price was like pretty much the same, maybe a few cents more, but they didn't have 800 ISO. Yodobashi did, but it was just like the conversion was like 30 something so dollars, and I mean, I know it's more pricey right now everywhere with the film prices going up. PS, side note, if anybody's seen the new Kodak Ultramax packaging, in my opinion it's terrible. It looks like an IKEA box, but you know, if you haven't seen it, look it up. That's my opinion though. And these other options, I haven't personally been there, but I did walk by the BIC camera and I think the Fujiya and Map one. They were huge stores, and I read online that these were other good selections. But I hope you enjoy the rest of these images, and now for real. See you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.